Bet you wouldn't expect to find a great meal in the middle of the savannah at Disney's Animal Kingdom, or what about in the middle of a lake? Disney World is full of surprises, and that includes places you would not expect to grab a bite to eat. Hey everybody, it's AJ for Disney Food Blog. You probably know about all the places you've got to eat in Disney World. The iconic restaurants, Epcot food festivals, must-get snacks and treats. You know we tell you about them all the time. But there are a few places you absolutely would not expect to find food in Disney World. And that's what we're diving into today. Those weird, out of the way, wait a minute, what's that doing there kind of places. So let's get started. First up, the middle of the savannah. You're going to find lots of unique tours at Animal Kingdom, and you can get up close with the animals and their caretakers in lots of different tours in the park. But one includes a meal completely unique to this experience and in a totally unexpected place. It's called Wild Africa Trek. And it's the primo tour of the park. It's a 3-hour experience that takes you through the savannas and animal exhibits in a way that nobody else gets to see. You get to walk on a rope bridge above the crocodiles and get a lot more time than most guests to peek at those adorable baby giraffes. After your safari, you head out to the Boma, which is not the restaurant in Animal Kingdom Lodge. It is a viewing platform out on the actual savannah, and that's where you get to dine on an African-inspired menu while you still get to watch animals. All the food is served in tiffins, which are actually little metal containers that are traditionally used for serving food out on the Boma, and yes, the name of one of the Animal Kingdom's restaurants. And overall, it's a light, kind of snacky meal. There's like yogurt and fruit and stuff like that, but it's delicious and you can't beat the view and the location. The tour is a little pricey, $139 to $249 per person depending on time of day and year, but it's a whole experience and one of the most unique places you can eat in Disney World. So if you're trying to think of a special thing to do on your next trip, maybe it's your honeymoon, maybe you're surprising somebody with a birthday gift or something like that, then this could be an interesting tour to consider. All right, number 2, a campground. All right, a campground probably conjures up the image of cooking hot dogs over a campfire, but you're probably not going to find that at Fort Wilderness unless you're staying there and cooking your own hot dogs. Since Fort Wilderness is mainly a camping resort with plenty of RV hookups and those cabins you can rent, which are super, super cute and fun, you might not expect to find so many dining options. Hoop-de-Doo Review is the main draw of Fort Wilderness. It's the longest running dinner show in America. It has been around nearly as long as Walt Disney World, and it's a full evening of entertainment along with your dinner. Trail's End is another great restaurant we recommend if you're looking for somewhere that will please a lot of palates and not break the bank. It's a buffet with a lot of fan favorite dishes. You've also got P&J's Southern Takeout, the resort's quick service location, and the Chuck Wagon food truck where you'll find some hot dogs, of course. Meadows Snack Bar by the pool and Crockett's Tavern where you can get a snack and a drink. That's about the same number of restaurants as the Wilderness Lodge itself, which has lots more permanent guest rooms. All right, number 3, inside a ride. All right, we've got to start off by talking about the restaurant within a ride, even if it's not at Disney World. At Disneyland, you can dine inside Pirates of the Caribbean at the Blue Bayou, where it's perpetually nighttime in a New Orleans courtyard, and you have a waterside view of the boats from the ride cruising past. The atmosphere is awesome, even if the food isn't a perfect 10. It's good, but it's not, great. And it definitely inspired the first in-ride restaurant we're talking about in Disney World. So that's at Sand & Hell Inn. That's in Epcot inside the Mexico Pavilion, right on the water and ride track, by the way, of Grand Fiesta Tour. Grand Fiesta Tour is a little less exciting than Pirates of the Caribbean, but let's be real, they're both boat rides and the atmosphere inside the Mexico Pyramid is still really cool. Instead of New Orleans at night, you're in a Mexican marketplace, also at night with a view of the river and a pyramid. Yes, a pyramid within a pyramid. Just like Blue Bayou, the atmosphere is going to be a much bigger draw than the food here, though our last meal seemed to be an improvement over past trips. I don't know, for Sand & Hell, it's kind of mercurial. Sometimes it's great and sometimes it's really not. Now, also at Epcot, if you dine at Garden Grill, you can catch some of the scenes inside Living with the Land. Okay, so maybe you already knew about Blue Bayou and Sand & Hell Inn, but did you know there's a spot in Magic Kingdom where you can watch another boat ride go by and you don't need to worry about a reservation? Pinocchio Village House is a quick service restaurant in Magic Kingdom, and if you're lucky, you may be able to snag a table overlooking the boat launch at It's a Small World. There are just a few tables that overlook the ride where you can wave to riders in the boats below. The menu at Pinocchio Village House is nothing mind-blowing. It's flatbreads, chicken nuggets, some pasta, but the tomato soup and breadsticks are a pretty good snack combo. Now, if those don't appeal to you and you're looking for a space for a special event, you can even rent out locations like the Tower of Terror Courtyard, or a private area for fireworks viewing dessert parties for just you and your friends or your wedding party. Now, let's talk about a few more hidden venues. If you're looking to host a wedding or corporate event or just a special event at Disney World, you've got some pretty unique options to choose from for your location that very few people ever get to see. You can book your reception inside some of Epcot's pavilions and secret hidden spaces, as well as some that you might not expect to be able to book for a private event. The Test Track Lounge is a hidden space in the Test Track building with views of Spaceship Earth that can hold 80 to 120 guests. The Living Seas Salon is inside the Seas Pavilion and can hold up to 144 guests and gets you exclusive views into the aquarium. The Norway Loft in the Norway Pavilion has several event rooms that can accommodate 10 to 80 people, and it also has a whole foyer and a piano. So depending on the layout you choose, you can get a lot of people in there. You can also completely rent out the American Adventure Rotunda for up to 450 guests, or the Great Hall in the China Pavilion for up to 225, along with several other unique venue spaces around the rest of the parks and resorts, though few are as hidden as the Test Track Lounge, Living Seas Salon, and Norway Loft. To get pricing for these spaces, you'll need to contact Disney World's events team. All right, number 5, on a boat. You can dine on a privately catered feast out on the water at Disney World with up to 18 of your closest and richest friends. You can rent a 21-foot pontoon boat, a 25-foot boat, and the Grand One yacht for fireworks cruises, day cruises, or just private dining with butlers and other enhancements. Prices range from $150 to $400 per hour for a day cruise and up to $850 per hour for the Grand Yacht during the fireworks, plus the cost of food, which is priced a la carte but starts at around $30 per person for small platters and cold crudité dishes. This unique dining location can carry a giant price tag, but it all depends on your options and if you want that butler, who costs about $75 per hour. Number 6, a restaurant that isn't open. Just because a restaurant is closed, that doesn't mean you can't find food there. You'll still need to visit on the right day and time, but you will get free food from a closed restaurant if you do. Animal Kingdom Lodge offers restaurant tours of Boma and Jiko that teach you a little bit about the backstory of the restaurants and the menu and offer you a sampling of the foods you'll find there. This is great if you're on the fence about some of their more exotic eats or you just love learning more about all things Disney, especially those restaurants. We've had bread and dips and zebra domes on this free tour of Boma and Jiko, as well as some soup options too, and we definitely recommend it if the tour comes back after everything is officially reopened at the resort. Again, it's totally free, usually happens around 4 o'clock or 4:30, but you can always call the resort ahead of time and see if it's happening when you're there. Number 7, progressive dinners in unexpected places. All right, so Disney World offers some other tours and special events that include progressive dinners or meals that include multiple stops, some of which are impromptu dining locations. Circle of Flavors in Animal Kingdom has been a limited time summer offering we've seen in 2018 and 2019 that lets guests enjoy snacks, hors d'oeuvres, and small plates while exploring the Africa section of the park and listening to some live music. The Taste of the Magic Kingdom VIP tour is another progressive meal where you get to taste of some of the iconic eats in the park without committing to a whole turkey leg. And if you're looking for a monorail crawl made simple, Disney has previously hosted the Highway in the Sky Dine-Around, which makes stops at the contemporary Polynesian and Grand Floridian resorts for a multi-course dinner that ends with a dessert party and fireworks. Of those 3 events, Circle of Flavors is definitely our top pick for the unique dishes and atmosphere and the sheer amount and quality of food for the price, though all of the events were over $100 per person. Number 8, by the pool. Now, of course, you can get poolside eats and drinks, but again, this is a spot where there are a lot more options than you might think. Poolside lounges often have small bites or even full meals in many cases. You won't need to trek back to your resort's quick service restaurant in order to grab a poolside snack, and you may not even need to walk to the main pool to get something to eat. Even smaller resort pools, some of the quiet pools, have places to eat and drink like Spyglass Grill at Caribbean Beach Resort and Oasis Pool Bar at the Polynesian. And probably not surprising, you can get full meals at Disney's water parks along with awesome mini donuts that you'll only find there. Also, keep an eye when you are at your resort's main pool and see if you can order private dining to the pool. Sometimes this is an option. They'll have little signage out to let you know you can order private dining, or you can always ask a cast member and they'll know if that's available when you're there. Number 9, on a rooftop. Rooftop dining is the ultimate ambiance for a romantic date night or special occasion. And California Grill at the top of the Contemporary Resort may be the most well-known rooftop dining in Disney World, but in the past year, Disney has added more rooftop dining options at some new resorts. Topolino's Terrace at Riviera Resort is home to both a prix-fixe character breakfast and an a la carte fine dining dinner. There's an outdoor space as well where you can lounge before or after your meal and take in those views. And over at Grand Destino Tower at Coronado Springs Resort, you can get a full meal at Toledo or grab a seat and some small plates at Dahlia Lounge. There are also some great rooftop dining options in Disney Springs. STK has a nice rooftop option, and Paddlefish has a great rooftop lounge as well. You don't need reservations for the Paddlefish Lounge. You just head on up those outdoor staircases and you can get up there, and it's first come, first served. And number 10, in Disney's greenhouses. Okay, time for one more unexpected one. We're back in Living with the Land this time for a tour. You've probably heard us mention the behind the scenes tour in Epcot. It's a low cost, $25 and totally unique tour you wouldn't expect to find in Disney World. You get a tour of the greenhouses featured in Living with the Land, where Disney grows food that is actually served in their restaurants. And on that tour, you get to taste some of that produce. Pretty cool, huh? So there are lots of places in Disney World that you can get food that you did not expect you could get food. I love talking about these tours because I think that they are really special, something that not everybody does. And a lot of families that go on these tours let me know that these are some of their best memories from their Disney trips. So it's definitely something to consider. Get to know them a little bit more. Of course, we detail every single one of these tours in our DFB Guide to Walt Disney World Dining that we publish every year. You can pre-order the 2021 version and get the 2020 version for free right now. And if you're interested in that guidebook, you can head over to dfbstore.com. We talk about every single tour on property and all the different food items you can get on those. If you do decide to purchase that guide, don't forget to use code YouTube for a discount, and it's a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if it's not for you, let us know and we'll refund your money. All right, have you guys eaten at any of these locations? Did you go on any of these tours? Have you had a Disney wedding? And did you hold your reception in one of those hidden spaces in Epcot? We'd love to hear about it. We like to share the more unique and unexpected aspects of Disney World with you. So if you guys have had those experiences too, we're sure that our subscribers and people who are watching our videos want to hear from you and hear what you thought of your experience. So let us know if you find it fascinating too. Thanks for listening, you guys, and thanks for watching. As always, this is AJ for Disney Food Blog, and we'll see you real soon.